Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Dose. I'm here with Karthik. We are both students at SPJN School of Global Management, and although this started off as my marketing plan, we decided to take things and make it a little bit interesting. So
It's always been a dream to host podcast. We've been listening to many podcasts outside. Impulsive, we're coming for you.
yes, Logan Paul, we're coming for you. The only difference is on this podcast there are no dead bodies.
Oh,
Alright, okay, jokes apart, this is a podcast started by two vivid YouTubers, and two of us just want to talk and tell you guys what we feel about things that go on around us. And it's mostly going to revolve around football and pop culture, and yeah, pretty much that's about it. And let's see how this goes. Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Dose. And after that short, brief introduction that you guys have already seen, let's begin. So today's hot topic is Game Week 31 of the English Premier League. To begin with, I'm a Chelsea fan, and
United Red Devils for life.
alright, so this game week was pretty controversial considering the United game, the Chelsea game, and the Liverpool game. Mo Salah goalless in the last 8 games.
Make that 9.
Make that 9?
9 games.
It's been 9 games.
9 games since he scored.
I mean, it's Mo Salah. He's one season wonder.
I don't know why people call him a one season wonder. He scored 17 goals and there's still 6 games to go.
Yeah, but like Hazard doesn't score more than 20 goals a season, but they don't call him a one season wonder.
It doesn't matter. What if Salah still scores like 17, 18 goals next season? Will he still be called a one season wonder?
I mean, it's Liverpool, okay? They slipped in 2013-14, I believe.
Gerrard.
Yeah, Gerrard slipped, Demba Ba, and
It's going to be Van Dijk who slips this season.
one. Anyways, so the controversial part about this game week was the referees, the linesmen, to be specific. In the United match, I believe Karthik knows exactly what happened.
Martial's goal was given offside, even though it was an offside goal, 1 yard. I'll take the 3 points being a United fan. Top 4, we enter the top 4, so that's good for us. But as a football fan, I wouldn't take that because it's like it would go bad on other teams like Arsenal and Chelsea. He was a yard offside, but if you look at Chelsea's goal,
Yeah, oh
he was
God.
2 yards offside.
It's like
And the
Aspilicueta was a
referee's
whole
blind.
like it could have fit another person in the amount of space that Aspilicueta had and the last defender. So I mean, it was an offside goal. It should have been disallowed. The Cardiff manager was super pissed about it though. I mean, to have, and especially considering that after that the red card wasn't given to Rudiger. I mean, something's up with the referees. I can even quote him for when he said that the English Premier League is one of the best leagues in the world with one of the worst referees in the world. So I don't mind them saying that. But then again, it's such a professional league. You're gonna need better people, right? So yeah.
So is it the referee's fault or the management who didn't put too much pressure or the rules?
I don't think it's the rules. I mean, the introduction of VAR, video assistant referee, will definitely change football for like how we watch it. Many decisions could be overruled. If you look at it, if there was no VAR during the Champions League, Ramos would not have gotten that ban, and for all you know, Madrid would have still been in the Champions League. So
Maybe if VAR was introduced, Liverpool would have been much ahead. You guys know what I'm talking about. The goal that was disallowed because he was inches offside. Do you remember? I forgot which team it was. I think it was a top 6 team. It was Everton where the goal wasn't given.
which game was that? Which the first game of the
First half
derby or the second derby?
First derby. The
Okay.
Goal wasn't given. It was like a goal, like everyone thought it was a goal. Even the replay showed it was a goal, but the poor refereeing, not refereeing, but the side referee didn't see it properly and it didn't count as a goal. And they went on to draw that game.
I think they've drawn both games, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
No. Origi scored in that one game.
Yes. But in fact, Liverpool are known. Who are more known as chokers, Liverpool or Tottenham?
Tottenham. Come on, it's Tottenham. You should have seen yesterday's game. I mean, Lucas, who was it? Moura? Yeah,
Sissoko.
Moura.
Moura scored, but Sissoko's miss.
Yeah, Sissoko had an open chance. Van Dijk gave him all the space in the world, and to miss a chance like that, any football player would be, I mean, depressed with that kind of a miss. And then to concede an own goal to top it all off, I mean, that was a horrible, horrible way to endure.
But isn't Lloris to blame for the goal?
I don't think
He's-
it's Loris. It was a good defensive clearance from Loris, but then again, it bounced off. It ricocheted off Alderweireld and went back
Yeah.
into the goal. So, yeah, I mean, it is
So,
what it is.
Tottenham fans, you guys are chokers. They lost it. If you remember the season
Yeah,
after 1-2.
Oh yeah, lol, Chelsea.
Chelsea Hazard was the
Hazard
same.
saved. Hazard basically helped Leicester win the league. Everyone knows that. That 2-2 game in 2016 was the most. I think it was a controversial game because the amount of fouls that Tottenham played very aggressively, like any North London derby. But then again, is football supposed to be such a physical sport?
Well, it is. If you look at El Clasico over the years, even the last two El Clasicos, there were no fights.
Yeah, but El Clasico. The reason El Clasico became such a more heated thing was because Mourinho made the Spanish players hate each other. You know that
Well,
they lost that bond between them, that connection, and yeah, I mean,
Well, Mourinho is a controversial figure, at least in both the clubs.
I mean,
I can speak from United's
Yeah.
era where he's in the first 2 years he did really well. First year we won 3 trophies. In the second year second year was the season in all the clubs where he's won trophies, and United were expected to do so.
yeah, I
We
remember
were
when he,
19 points off, and everyone knew from the beginning, of the season, he was complaining from the beginning of the season. Everyone just wondered what time would he get sacked.
Mhm. But what do you guys think about Sari? What do you think about
Well,
Sari?
Sari is a good manager.
Is
a
he
good
though?
man-
Is he though?
He's a good manager, but he's like one of those managers that don't get well in the Premier League.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
is Sari Ball supposed to be in the Premier League? That's the real question.
What is Sari ball first?
Sari? Okay, so let me explain the concept of Sari Ball, guys. So Sari Ball is basically not only depending on counter attacks, building up play all the way from the back. If you've seen Chelsea's games, they play one of the most frustrating types of football that exists. So they corner up, I don't know why they do this. They have a lot of confidence when they do it. So they'll all gang up towards one corner of Chelsea's side, and then Rudiger, Aspilicueta, Kepa, and maybe Jorginho or whoever, Kovacic, Kante, they all come up and their link up passes to get out of that goal situation is good. But it's the striker who I feel also needs. Just because, I mean, alright, I'll give credits to Higuain, he's a good striker, except for the World Cup. I mean,
He cost
2014 World
Messi
Cup
the
was
World
sad.
Cup.
Messi could have had a World Cup on his hands, but I mean,
Well,
it's
other
poor
than
Higuain.
Diego Costa, who's been a clinical striker, you guys. Morata
Drogba.
played-
Drogba.
Wait, Drogba is a legend. You can't after Drogba, who did you have? You had Torres.
We had Torres. Torres was I mean, it wasn't a
He-
flop show.
He was fine. When you expected him to perform, he didn't. And when you didn't expect him to perform, he did.
Yeah, for example, that night in Spain, in
Spain.
Barcelona, when we knocked Barca out of the semi-final, and then we reached the finals, and then we beat Bayern Munich. 2012.
But
May.
who was it? After Torres, you had Diego Costa.
Diego Costa. Yeah, Diego Costa was a good player. I mean, his physique was built. He was basically built for the Premier League, and I guess there's no one who he's had. Morata was pretty bad. I mean, he had one of the worst.
Yeah, Morata isn't meant for the Premier League. He's done well going back to Atletico. Scored in 4-5 games of his till now, which is pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Higuain, people thought Higuain was the solution to the
He
striking.
came, scored 3 goals, and then same scenario as Salah, hasn't scored in the last 7-8 games.
Salah is. I just don't like even though being a United fan, calling Salah a one-season wonder is not right.
I believe he's a one-season wonder, guys. Leave your thoughts
Comment
in the
below.
comment. Comment below if you think that if Salah's a
He's a
one-season
one-season
wonder or
wonder.
not. And
Well, now Ole, since Mourinho got disbanded, we got Ole. Well, I feel nowadays it's becoming more you hire legends, the players who know the club.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
think.
see Real Madrid?
Yeah,
Zidane.
Zidane. I think Zidane's the one who started
Yeah.
this whole phase of where a legend comes back to the club and plays for them. I mean, manages for them. I mean, he won 3 Champions Leagues back to back. I
Having
mean,
no experience.
having no experience as a manager, just taking that into consideration. I mean, you look at players like Lampard. He's taking care of Derby County, and frankly speaking, pun intended, frankly speaking, Lampard would be a superb manager for Chelsea. I mean, he uses youngsters so much. Like, there are two loanies, Mason Mount, and I'm not sure who the other one is. They're both playing at Derby County. Ashley Cole, who's a Mr. Ashley Cole, who is a Chelsea legend as well, is playing for Derby County. So it goes to show that these championship teams aren't really weak. I mean, they're playing pretty good. Speaking
Wolves.
of championship teams,
Sheffield
look at
United.
Wolves. And
Yeah.
okay, Sheffield United, just because he's from Sheffield, he supports Sheffield a lot. And there's a pact that if Sheffield comes to the Premier League, I'm going
They
to go
will,
get
which
him.
they will. They will.
Sure. I'm going to get him a Sheffield United jersey with the Premier League patch, because that means something. Playing in the Premier League, one of the greatest leagues in the world, I think really means something.
Well, I feel Chelsea can benefit if they change the system. Not the system, the mood.
The mentality, yeah. It's like the same case with
United.
how United had when,
When Ole came in, we had like no chance. People said we won't come into the top.
yeah,
four.
people said they wouldn't even finish in the top
Champ-
4.
People said we wouldn't beat we wouldn't beat Paris.
PSG.
And what happened?
But PSG, that's a controversial topic again. VAR.
Well, again, the rule. How does the rules affect? Like the new rule says
The new rule is pretty stupid. I mean,
anything outside the silhouette of your body, that's hard to defend.
like, you're expecting people to have their hands behind their back like a schoolboy standing over there and defending. It doesn't work like that. You need to use your hands. It's common sense. I mean, how else do you run? You're not going to run with your hands behind your back. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but like even when you put it, yeah, that's true. But how? Like you need to enforce some law to make it stable. There won't be like then every ball would be called a handball. Maybe it's just because of maybe they could refine the rule. They could use VAR better. VAR is very controversial. Like in some places you would love it, and in some places it can cost you games. It can cost you championships. Well,
Speaking of anger, I mean, Chelsea fans aren't too thrilled with Mr. Surrey in the dugout of Chelsea. There's a report from Sky Sports. This is Cesar Azpilicueta says Chelsea fans' anger is understandable. I mean, being a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't want to speak bad about my own manager. I don't think when
Yeah.
Mourinho was in charge, they ever said Mourinho out, or did
and they never signed like. At least the games I watched, they did like you would get posts on Twitter where they would they would sack Mourinho, and like you would get people like officials like Jamie Carragher or Michael Owen saying you should sack Mourinho for the betterment of. And if I feel they did a good thing by appointing Ole. Ole brought in
Yeah.
positivity
definitely.
that was missing. Like before Pogba scored, like we checked the stat yesterday according to Opta stats, he only scored like 5 goals under Mourinho's 1000 minutes played, and he's already scored around assisted and scored around 8 or 9 goals. It's very influential. Pogba is a good player, but he's
Yeah.
like one of those players who doesn't show up always. Like if you've seen yesterday's match, he was nowhere to be found.
Mhm.
And those 2 goals were actually bad defending from the opponents, and like United were lucky to
Yeah,
win that.
they were definitely lucky. Oh, Chelsea was super lucky. I mean, to be 83rd minute, 1-0 down, you get an offside goal. Firstly, that messes up the mentality of the opponents that were Cardiff. And then, having not given that red card to Rudiger, who pulled down the striker who was chasing after the ball, even Kepa had come so far into the field. I think it was a clear goal scoring opportunity, and it should have been a red card to Rudiger, but I mean, it
Like,
is what it is.
As a Chelsea fan, you would still take the 3 points.
I would take the 3 points. Anyone would take the 3 points. I mean, Loftus Cheek, he was brilliant. Like, so everyone knows. I mean, if you're an Indian viewer, you guys probably know Angry Rantman, who's very famous for his videos on Chelsea and his outbreaks on that. He's done with this team. Like, this squad needs to be re-established. We need new players. Marcus Alonso is not a left back, he's a left wing back. He cannot play in that position of a full back. And it's sad because you'd think that 2 seasons ago they were considering one of the best left backs in the world, even comparing him to Marcelo. And Marcelo's on a whole other level, everyone knows that. But it's time for him to go. And Sarri's substitutions were stupid. Like the squad itself was crazy. After the week that Hudson-Odoi had, I mean, I thought he'd start the game.
Hudson-Odoi should have started.
Hudson-Odoi should have started this game, not Willian, not Pedro. Both of them didn't even play for their country. I understand that obviously you want to rest your players, but then again, if the kid, he's on fire. He's the next Hazard. I'll say that honestly speaking, he's learning all the good characteristics that Hazard has, and like.
Well, isn't there rumors like United is looking for Hudson-Odoi and Bayern Munich, and he's still not 100 million.
He is
100,000 pounds for an 18-year-old.
Yeah, 100,000 is a lot. I mean, how much does Jadon Sancho get?
Jadon Sancho gets less than that, but
yeah, Jadon Sancho probably gets less because it's in the German league. I mean, who has the most heaviest play? PSG.
PSG have the highest but
paid.
Premier League teams like Sanchez. Does he deserve 400,000 pounds?
Does he deserve? That's the real question. Does he deserve?
He's scored maybe 8 times in his 32. He scored last against Newcastle when we won 3-2 against them. The winner when no one thought. People thought that would save Mourinho's career, and in fact it did extend his lifetime for being a United manager.
Yeah.
But well, how long? Coming back to Jadon Sancho. He just gets 52,000 pounds a week.
And the report says that it says tripled. That means 52 divided by 3 is like, what, 18?
Yeah.
18? Is it 18? Is it 18? Yeah, it's 18,000.
Guys,
He's been
bad at maths.
Hey,
bad at maths.
I was good at math, okay? Wait, let me just divide 52,000 just to be safe. Guys, 52,000 divided by 18. Calculator's opening up.
Drop. We'll pin you if you get the right answer before you.
Oh god. 52 divided by what? 3?
3.
Yeah, 17.33. I was close, okay? 18 is the closest estimate. I mean,
yeah, it depends. Like, these young players coming up, Ousmane Dembele, he's pretty good, but he's like again injury prone.
That's the thing, like players like Messi, and Hazard. I feel the reason why they're so good at what they do is because there's a way there are players, for example, like Bale and Royce, whose careers have been ruined because of injury, and
both of them which were considered future Ballon d'Or winners.
Yeah, they were. Ballon d'Or is a very controversial thing. I don't like the Ballon d'Or system. Papa Perez is spending all his money and making his Madrid players win the
past 9 years. All Madrid players have won.
No, past 9 years, no.
Yeah, like in 2012. I think Messi.
No, Messi last one in 2015. So the last 4 years it's been a Madrid player. And even before, did Kaká win in Milan?
No, Kaká won in Milan.
Okay, he deserved it in Milan.
Yeah, Kaká was a good player spoiled by shitty managing Mourinho. Mourinho's destroyed many careers.
Yeah.
No disregards, he's a great manager, won many trophies.
But does he deserve to restart his career at another club? Like, for example, Niko Kovac, the Bayern Munich manager, there are rumors that he might be replaced by Jose Mourinho.
Yeah,
would that be a good change? Considering that they've already spent almost a lot of money on the two left back and right back.
They spent 80 million on
Lucas Hernandez.
And he's a pretty good player, but not worth 80 million.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like ever since Neymar came into Barca, like the transfer windows, the amount of money spent is just way too much. Like
Coutinho is a good player,
but he's not worth 120 million.
Not 100, no way. Pogba was good 100 million player. Well, it's debatable.
Yeah, I mean, if you're rating those players at those prices, how much would you rate Hazard at? Or, for example, Messi?
That's the thing. If you count Dembele, 160 million. Ronaldo just went to Juventus for maybe 100.
Yeah, but then again, he wanted to leave actually the same season that Neymar went to PSG, but he didn't go because he wanted the headlines, obviously, to himself. So, I mean, he stole
the headlines though. Like when Ronaldo got transferred to Juventus, people focused on Ronaldo rather than the World Cup.
Yeah. No,
It's
I
like-
mean it happened after the World Cup, so it was fine.
Yeah, but like really, like if Usman Dembele is 160, won't you want?
Yeah, I would
Ronaldo?
expect. I would have. No, but the thing was, you have to look at the age of
Well, that's-
Ronaldo. It's pretty old.
Oh.
33, 32, 33
So
for a
talking about wages, Aaron Ramsey going to Juventus.
Oh,
fifth, the
fifth highest paid in the
player,
world.
highest paid player.
Welsh
in the world.
player?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
Welsh player. Like out of nowhere, he became the fifth highest. No one expected that.
Yeah, I mean, it's how old is he? 26, 27?
Yeah, he's in his 27, 28.
I think he has a prime of a player's career. Like that's why Hazard's going for only 100. You know, like if he was 23, 24 and then leaving Chelsea,
Yeah,
I
maybe-
think he'd go for at least 160 million. I mean, that's not how much he's worth. And the world of football is crazy. The amount of money that they spend recently, like if you look at championship teams, look at Wolves for example. They bought new players like Ruben Neves. Then they loaned out.
They bought a lot of the
Yeah.
players were Raul Jimenez. They were a lot under one manager, which is one agent, which is very suspicious.
Yeah, so I
one
mean-
agent controlling,
And they're sitting at 7th in the league, which is
pretty good.
pretty big. I mean, for a team that just came back from relegation 2 seasons ago, I mean, that's a pretty good job. I mean, decent job. Hats off to them. There are rumors though that what's the manager's name? Nuno.
Nuno will go to Chelsea.
Yeah, he might come to Chelsea. Although I have
Would he
mixed
be a good
feelings.
fit?
I have mixed feelings about that because he uses like his tactics, especially against the big six.
Yeah, maybe because he doesn't have a big strong team, that's why he uses the Maybe imagine
Yeah.
him in Chelsea already and him having Kepa, David Luiz. Maybe he would use a more attacking one.
Yeah, but we don't have that kind of attack. I mean, okay, sure, he's going to use Hudson-Odoi, but who else is there? Giroud.
you're getting Christian
No disrespect to
Pulisic.
Giroud.
You're
Pulisic, I know, but like Pulisic played in the German league, and how strong is that league really? When you have just two superpowers, which are Bayern Munich and Dortmund.
You could try to get Timo Werner. I feel he would be a perfect fit.
Is Timo Werner a proper number 9? That's
Yeah,
a
he
good
is.
question.
I feel he's like a lot of Kane. Kane can't do skills, but like when you want people-
Finishes well?
Yeah, finishes well. You just need that in a striker. I feel more than anything else. Like I know in United you have Rashford's pace. Lukaku like if you see most of United matches where Lukaku and Rashford have played, like Rashford has used as a pace guy and Lukaku has just been there for finishing. Maybe you just need a finisher. 'Cause you have,
We
like-
do need a finisher. Come on, I mean, the thing is, Giroud's been playing so well, and I don't know why Higuain just can't score for that matter. I mean, right now, Giroud is the highest goal scorer of the Europa League. I mean, alright, it's the Europa League, fine, people can always make fun of us for that, but I mean, to score 9 goals in 8 games, that's a pretty big feat. I mean, and he scored a hat trick, the perfect hat trick with the left foot, right foot, and the header.
It's a good talent, but like his World Cup form wasn't that well.
Yeah, I mean,
Winning a
to
World
imagine
Cup-
being in a World Cup winning team
When
and
you
not
have-
having scored a single goal
Being a
and
number
still
9.
winning the tournament. I mean, that's pretty
Well,
sad.
did France deserve to win the World Cup?
I don't think France
It's
deserves
too
the World
late
Cup.
for discussing the World
It's
Cup.
too late to discuss the World Cup, but I don't think.
It's coming home, guys. By the way, next year it is.
Yeah, so my friend Karthik here is a big fan of England because considering he's grown up there. But I think the team that really deserved this, and it's not even Croatia, it's Belgium. And okay,
Well,
people will always
debatable.
probably attack me for that because I'm a Hazard fan. But come on, the football they played, they were losing 2-0 against Japan and they fought back 3-2 in the last minute. Then, for example, they beat Brazil 2-0. And I believe France plays anti-football. Like even my roommate David, he would agree with that France play anti-football considering yesterday's Fiesta games.
Put your
Guys-
comments down below.
Guys,
You
what are your
think-
thoughts on the Fiesta games? And
Does France play anti-football?
does France play anti-football? That's the real question. I mean, no disrespect to Griezmann.
Like they have a team. Like
They have a
won
good
the
team.
World Cup. Like you have N'Golo Conte, Pogba, Griezmann, Varane.
You have these good players, but then no disrespect to Didier Deschamps. I mean, he did a good job at this World Cup, but I mean Mbappe.
Mbappe was
I mean,
good.
you have such a good squad, but the way you play football against a strong side, you don't play defensive. I remember watching that game. I was in Vienna in Austria, and I was at a bar watching the game with my dad, and I remember seeing Umtiti's goal. And I remember throughout the whole match, it was just constant Belgium pressing and Hazard beating like countless players. Like the way he beats players is crazy. Like I mean, it's almost Messi. Like the comparisons are way too similar. It's like they're almost the same person. But I still feel that Belgium deserve to win the World Cup. I mean,
No, I would take a win. Like England, England's most goals came out of free, like maybe spot kicks, free kicks. You would say Trippier, that bended like Beckham. But like as long as imagine Belgium playing and like even a big game anti like scoring a goal and then
and
just
defending. Nah, I mean,
Well,
it's the
you would get through the finish line, and wouldn't like that be it? Like you winning the World Cup, no matter how it is. Like
Yeah,
Klopp
but there's a
said
way.
yesterday-
There's a way of winning it. I mean, look
like
at.
Klopp said yesterday, there are ugly ways to win it, and they won it in the ugly way. Well, you would
Who won it in the ugly way?
like Liverpool won it in the ugly way, like the own goal.
Yesterday? Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
maybe-
sometimes it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, Liverpool, I think they're missing a player like Coutinho. They shouldn't have sold Coutinho.
Coutinho was a bad sale because he's not even performing at Barcelona.
Well,
and
that's again like you can't call him a bad like yeah, maybe he's done bad. Like you should give him at least a season more. Like I know the stats show that he's a very bad player, but I think you should give him a season.
no, he's not
more.
a bad player, but
He's not
I don't
good.
think Ernesto Valverde is actually using him to his capabilities.
Yeah.
He's giving a lot of chance to Dembele.
The thing is,
Malcolm.
Coutinho's role is similar to Messi's role, the number 10, which is clashing. Like, why would you play Coutinho if you had Messi?
Yeah, why would
Like,
you play him? I
That's
think
the
I
thing.
think that's why they bought him
Yeah,
as a replacement for Messi.
that's the thing. Barca bringing in a lot of young players. Frankie De Jong.
Frankie
coming in.
De Jong. There are even talks
Delight
for Delight to come in.
Like the team, like you have Ter Stegen, you have maybe Longley who's 24, and like maybe Delight if he comes in like a 19-year-old.
Youngsters, dude, Ajax, dude, they have created wonders of players like Delight. Oh, that Real Madrid versus
Ajax game.
Ajax game was like
No
crazy.
one expected Ajax to win.
No
Ajax
one.
Ajax are underdogs.
They are the underdogs of the footballing world. Like even yesterday, I believe they beat PSV.
Yeah, they
Am I
beat
right?
PSV 1-0.
No, I think it was 2-1. Ajax versus PSV. Yeah, 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah. Tadic and Neres scored a goal. Luke De Jong from PSV scored a goal. There was a red card for Ajax as well. Yeah, but Ajax are an underrated team. I mean, not everyone would expect them to reach that far. Like for example, they're going to be playing Juventus, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the first leg, Ronaldo's not going to be playing in it. So
Yeah, they have a chance, like an outsider's chance. Like maybe like if Juventus have an off day, like PSG had an off day against United. But that was lucky. If you call being a United fan, United did take a lot of chances, but to get that penalty was really good. Like hopeful, like I was on the edge of my seat. I actually there's a fun story. We were in Malaysia when that happened.
Mhm.
And like I was thinking of not
yeah,
watching
before
the game.
sleeping, because we were in Malaysia and like being in Southeast Asia and watching
Football
European
games.
football, the timings are super messed up. And I remember before going to sleep telling Karthik that bro, man, he's gonna lose.
Yeah, we were like debating throughout. Like David, he's a PSG fan, and he laughed at me when we lost.
The
When they
first
won-
leg.
When we lost the first leg at Old Trafford, which was pretty heartbreaking. We played well, but and then when we won, I think we were going to the water park. We woke up early, and I saw
Yeah,
the third
yeah,
goal,
yeah.
and I went crazy. It was
Yeah, I mean,
it
come
was
on.
the biggest game in United's like unless
Under Ole, I think
Yeah.
that was the biggest game they played.
No, I wouldn't say Ole, the biggest game in United's history. When you seen a United comeback since the Ole comeback in Barcelona, maybe.
Comeback? Do you want to consider this a comeback? I mean,
Well, you could consider it 3-1. Like, yeah, it against PSG, who were buying players like Mbappe just to win the Champions League.
yeah. That's the funny thing. There's this meme though, right? What Leeds United have reached further in the Champions League than PSG have, with spending over 1 billion on transfers. It's crazy. It's super crazy.
Well, yeah, Neymar. I know what's happened to Neymar since he left PSG.
I think it's the
Since he
injury
left
that gets
Barca.
to him. It's the injury that gets to
Well,
him a lot.
have you noticed something? always the same year he gets injured, same period of time he gets injured.
Yeah, towards the ending quarter of the season, like the last 3-4 months, he's just out.
Do you think he cost Brazil the World Cup by getting injured? He got injured last year also around the same time, and he wasn't fully fit to play the World
Yeah.
Cup. Do you think that affected Brazil?
I don't think that affected Brazil because Brazil was, as a team have a lot of talented players, but the chemistry you need,
They're like
the 2010 Spain team, I feel is one of the best teams
They
in
are.
football. Like when all of them played for Barcelona, and except for like maybe, like who is it, Ramos and a few
Ramos,
others
Busquets.
who played for Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid.
Most of the Spanish teams, my Spanish players were
Casillas was another.
Casillas also as well was in Madrid. Like 2010, that World Cup, this thing was for them was like super good. Like I love that team. David Villa, Andres Iniesta. I mean, he's a legend. He's hands down going to be a legend for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he's. I feel like a lot of credit is gone from Messi's Ballon d'Or to Iniesta and Xavi.
Yeah.
Like, how many Ballon d'Ors has he won since maybe this year? He deserves to win the Ballon d'Or.
I think
this
he's
year.
going to win it this year because look at the rate. He's like at how many? Like almost 40 goals in all
Yeah.
competitions. The closest competitor to him, if you remove all the penalties he's taken, he's still higher than Mbappe.
Yeah.
So he's way ahead of everyone.
Well, Mbappe,
And-
like Mbappe could come in the top three, but Ronaldo shouldn't. Like Ronaldo will come in the top three because it's
Ronaldo, yeah.
Yeah, but Messi deserves it. Like I don't know, did Modric deserve it? I feel Griezmann should have got it. He
No,
won
I mean-
like almost everything. The only thing left from his trophy is Champions League.
That's one thing he hasn't won.
Well,
Hey, who is the guy who's the current top scorer in Syria with alongside
Ronaldo? I think it's one. It's from.
He's
a-
almost 37 or something,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it's like Ronaldo is good for his age. He's performing really good, but how long can he go for?
I think he can go for at least a good 3 more years. I'll give him 3 more years.
Okay, who
before
would
his
you,
career
other
starts
than
replacing
Mbappe, like would you, like people say Rashford could become
the next Ronaldo?
not the next Ronaldo, but compete with Mbappe for the Ballon d'Or? Do you think so?
Yeah, Rashford. Dude, Rashford's a like the chant goes, he's a man born and bred.
Yeah.
I think that Rashford should always remain a United player and we stay loyal to that club because, like, he was given a chance like 3 years ago and he made his debut and he was what 18.
Yeah, 18.
He was 18 when he made his debut and he's playing in one of the hardest leagues in the world. Let me remind you, Mbappe. No disrespect to him again. I don't know. I've been saying that a lot. No disrespect. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I love football and I love the players, but I mean, I don't think.
Like-
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Quagliara? Fabio from Sampdoria.
Yeah.
He's at
Can't
21
pronounce
goals.
his name. Just check it out.
Quagliarella.
Yeah,
that's
he's on
his name.
21 goals.
He's on 21 goals and 7 assists, and our dear Cristiano Ronaldo is on 19 goals scored and 8 assists, which is. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
Like,
you see Ronaldo is become like when he started in United, you saw him more on the wings kind of player, and
I think as the time progressed,
he became more of a center.
from a winger, he became a centre forward, not a striker, not a number 9.
Yeah, but
he became a centre forward.
But like if you see Messi, he dropped more back, deeper role if you say.
Yeah, because I mean, how much is Messi gonna run?
Yeah,
Like
that is
his
true.
passing, his eye for passing the ball, like especially his connection with Jordi Alba. I've never seen a left back and a centre attacking midfield player have such a good connection. Like I remember so many games where, like Jordi Alba just makes these runs out of nowhere, and somehow Messi manages to deliver the ball there.
Well, Messi, have you guys seen the Panenka goal? Considered it one of the greatest goals.
The free kick,
The other free kick, he scored a Panenka.
Panenka free kick, that's
How
a big deal.
confident would you have to be to score?
Do you think I would have the nerve to score a Panenka free kick?
Well, honestly, I couldn't say because I don't play football because of my injuries. But well, it depends on confidence, how much goals you score. Maybe yeah. If you have the confidence, you could always try.
Yeah, but
there's
like-
no harm in trying,
I mean,
even if you miss.
but then embarrass yourself. The goalkeeper catches it in his hands like that, and then
Well, yeah.
it'll be sad.
But it's all about trying. Like he must have tried like 1,000 times in training before, like figuratively, like 1,000 times almost before trying it in actual games.
Hey, should we do a giveaway?
Well, yeah, sooner or later we will give a giveaway.
Guys, comment down below if you want a giveaway for the next video, and We haven't figured out how we're gonna end these podcasts, but
It's just we'll figure it out soon. But for now, we'll be posting 3 times a week.
we'll be posting 3 times a week, guys. That's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays is for Monday Night Football. Wednesdays will be something else.
Wednesdays, you can comment down below.
Comment down below what you want
what-
for the next video, and we'll
next
talk
video.
about that.
And Fridays would generally be special guests.
We'll have a special guest. I mean, special guests don't mean special guests. They mean people in our college who have nothing else better to do,
And come on a
they'll just show
podcast.
up.
Yeah.
And want to be on a podcast? Sure, why not?
And this is not a permanent spot. We would get a better spot.
Yeah.
A much cooler spot.
As you can
in
see, our
fact.
setup is not the best in the world.
We'll look for a cooler spot. We're just sweating here out here in our sweater. I don't know why I'm wearing a sweater on such a hot day. Because it was raining.
It
Because
was raining. Yeah, Singapore's rain is like crazy.
Thunder buddies, guys. Who wants to be my thunder buddy?
I
Okay, you can be my thunder buddy. Yay, thunder buddy.
Thunder buddies for life, guys. But I mean, we're not gonna curse, guys. No F's and B's on this channel because we don't want to
get demonetized.
We don't want to get demonetized for foul language, and we're not going to have any copyright music in the background because we know how that feels.
Yeah.
Our dear Mr. PewDiePie.
Guys, please, PewDiePie is losing.
Guys, subscribe to PewDiePie. He's losing.
He's
He
losing.
released his congratulations video.
But he isn't out yet.
He's in
The
out yet.
race is to
You know
100
why?
million.
You know why he's not out yet? Because we have Mr. Beast.
Yes, Mr.
Mr. Beast is saving us.
Mr.
He said
Beast-
he'll do it himself, just
Yeah,
like
he
Thanos
just
did.
tweeted it. He's gonna do it himself like Thanos. So I'm waiting for the next Mr. Beast episode. We'll leave a link for Mr. Beast's channel.
We'll
down
tag
below.
Mr. Beast
And PewDiePie.
and PewDiePie down in the link in the description, guys. And we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Get the bell icon on, guys.